everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is episode 1 of pregnancy series, which is TTC, trying to conceive. So I'll be talking about a few things which can help the conception and also the factors that will affect the conceptions. And this knowledge I have acquired through reading books and gathering some information from my family doctor. So I thought that this is the best platform to share these things to everyone. I feel that educating yourself and knowing the process, be it for conceiving or be it for pregnancy, I think you should know stuff before you experience it or you start with something. So that's how I gained knowledge, and I feel like sharing this knowledge will help others like how it did for me. So that's the reason I thought I would start a pregnancy series, because right now I'm in my 20th week of pregnancy and I have gained enough experience to share these things. However, it is very important to consult doctor. You should not directly follow anyone, but yeah, it's good to know things, but if you really want to follow something, then you should check with your doctor first. Most of the time you see that your friends are going through the same process or have been through the process of pregnancy, but some of them are really very hesitant to share their experience. Some might think that maybe their friends will judge them, but I feel like sharing information really helps everyone, because I feel like if you share something, it's not necessary the other person would experience the same, but at least if they do, they have something to fall back on. They have some solution to it because they have heard of it already. Let's get started into the video. Now, firstly, we'll talk about the factors which affect or matters during conception. First one is age. I know there are many many girls out there who are very ambitious, who are career oriented, and they have their plan in life, and they want to delay the pregnancy as far as possible. But just know the fact that age matters, because the quality of your egg and the quantity of your egg will depend on age. So ideally it's better to have a baby in late 20s or early 30s, because after the age of 35 the quality and quantity of eggs starts deteriorating. So make sure you consider this factor and plan accordingly. Next factor is BMI, your active lifestyle, because once you start with pregnancy, you cannot control your weight, and you cannot do something to reduce the weight. So it's better to keep your BMI in check before pregnancy or before you embark on the journey of pregnancy. So you should keep your BMI in check, and at least you should exercise 30 minutes per day before pregnancy or before even conception. Because if you are having a healthy lifestyle and an active lifestyle, it will help the reproductive organs to have better blood flow, and this will indeed fasten your process of conception. Next factor I feel is very important, which is menstrual cycle. So if you don't have regular menstrual cycle, then get yourself checked, because you might be suffering from PCOS, thyroid, or there are some other conditions as well. For me, everything was good, so I didn't have to take any extra tests. But then if you feel like your body is not in a proper stage, then get yourself tested, get yourself treated first, because it is very important to treat all these conditions before conception, just to avoid complications. There are few people who get pregnant with PCOS, or they get pregnant with thyroid, and even ovarian cysts. Having like ovarian cysts will not hinder the pregnancy, but they might lead to complications. So it is best to avoid them if you can before the conception. Now, these were the factors which I have read about can affect or matter during conception. We'll now have a look at what are the 10 things which you can do before conception. Some of them even I followed, so let's check them out. First and very important is prenatal vitamins. I'm not sure if many of the girls are aware of this. Prenatal vitamins play an important and vital role in conception, because folic acid is very important in the initial stage of pregnancy, where the neural tube of the fetus is getting developed. So if your body is lacking folic acid, then there might be few conditions related to neural defects which can happen. So to best avoid all this fuss, you have to start taking prenatals 3 months before the conception. Just make sure you complete that 3 months course before the conception. This will help with all your other deficiencies as well, because prenatal vitamin contains other vitamins which are important for your healthy life, and it has calcium, omega-3, and all those things which are very much necessary for your body to prepare for the pregnancy. So I feel like prenatal vitamins is a must. And don't worry, like, they are not tablets, they are supplements, so it wouldn't harm your body, and it's not something which you are taking as a medicine. It's not a treatment, it's just a precautionary supplement which you're having. Now, the prenatal vitamins which I took during the initial stages of my conception was this Nature's Bounty prenatal vitamins. It has this one especially has fish oil, which provides DHA and EPA, which is very important. And my family doctor suggested this prenatal vitamin after my conception, so I just switched to this one later. But Nature's Bounty prenatal vitamins are really good and they work well. Point number 2 is to include essential nuts like Brazil nut, pumpkin seeds, walnuts. Brazil nut contains selenium, pumpkin seeds contain zinc, and walnut contains omega-3. All these things are very important for preconception. So I had just read about this in book, and then I started eating these nuts beforehand, so which helped me. Since I mentioned about books, so third point has to be about educating yourself. It's very important to know stuff related to what you're indulging into. For me, every time it has been my practice. So if there's something which I'm starting newly, I make sure that I have enough knowledge before embarking on any of the journey. So I have read many books, but the books that I think were really helpful was Mayo Clinic Pregnancy Guide, and there's one more book called Impatient Women's Guide to Pregnancy. That book actually covers exact points, and it is so much relatable to people who are trying to conceive during this time, like late 20s and early 30s. Next point is exercise. I used to exercise 1 hour to 1.5 hours before conception, and I used to do strength training. Later you can avoid strength training and just do cardio once you have conceived, but then before that it is very important to keep your pelvic area healthy, make sure the blood is flowing to all the reproductive organs. So it is very important to exercise and have a healthy lifestyle. Now, the fifth point is related to skincare. I'm not sure if many women are aware of this, but if you're trying to conceive, you should stop using retinols in skincares or even in your face wash or face cleansers, because retinol has high level of retinol is actually vitamin A, and vitamin A, according to the researchers, have been a factor for most of the miscarriages. So it's best to avoid retinol during that period, or even good if you avoid it before conception. So I had stopped applying the night creams which had retinol in it. Next is ovulation kit. It is very important to track your ovulation, and it is very important to know the exact date of ovulation, because this will help further in your pregnancy weeks calculation. And the ovulation window is very important, because that is the time when you will actually be able to successfully try for the conception. Through the ovulation kit, you would be able to track that window, and you won't miss it. Now, there are different types of ovulation kits available in market. Some people can also find out with the discharge if they are ovulating or not, but I had used the ovulation kit, simple and inexpensive, which is this ovulation strips. So the blue ones is LH. Ovulation tracking is basically to check when your LH rises, or when your LH is at peak. So if your LH is at peak, then you are ovulating. So that's the reason. This is what I used for my ovulation, for tracking my ovulation. And it has 30 ovulation strips and 10 pregnancy strips. But then I would recommend to use ovulation first. You don't need to worry about the pregnancy kit, but it doesn't hurt to have pregnancy tests as well. While we are talking about tracking, the next point is to track your cycles. So I use Flow app to track my cycles, and this is the best app. Now, there is a paid version for even the pregnancy journey that this app offers, and it is very, very helpful. So this app lets us know when will our possible date of ovulation window be, and if you just enter your start and end date of the menstrual cycle, it will gather your information, do the analysis, and basically it's just very helpful to track your periods, and even to check the ovulation window, which is very important for conception. And there's a paid facility which will offer some tips about conception, and if you set your goal to get pregnant, then it will guide you accordingly. Next is familiarizing yourself with TTC terms and lingos, because it is very important to make sure you know all those short forms and what those short forms mean. Because if you're referring a book or you're looking for some information on internet, then you will see that most of them use such terms. So these are the few lingos which I had learned, and if you want, take a screenshot of it, which will be helpful. Now, next point is also very important, which is to not compare yourself with others. It happens that we see too many people getting pregnant around you, and they have their own story, they have their own time of span for which they were trying. So it's best not to compare yourself with others. Rather, you can go to your family doctor, let them know that you're trying to plan a baby, and since they have all your history, they know your body. They might suggest few tests if required. For us, none of the tests were required, so we didn't have to go through any of the tests particularly. But if you have some preconditions, like I mentioned earlier, then it is good to treat them, and it is good to discuss those with family doctor so that they can guide you in a proper way. Now, the last thing is to not take stress at all. I know it is very easy to say, but very difficult, because I am the person who overthinks a lot. So I get stressed out very easily. And for me, it was very difficult to not stress out. But this is very important factor, because if you get stressed, the cortisol levels in your body increases, and these cortisols will hinder your reproductive hormones. So stress is a big no-no. And make sure you reduce your stress. It might be work stress, or it might be anything like personal stress, or any of the stress that you might have. So you can reduce that by meditating, by doing yoga, or by reading books, or doing something which excites you or makes you happy. Now, with this point of stress, I would also like to say that patience is also very important, because for us, it was not that stressful journey. We were able to conceive pretty quickly, but I had seen few people who were not able to conceive even after 6 months. But then, and their body was fine. They didn't have any conditions, or they didn't have any issue. So the family doctor just told them that you need to keep on trying. Now, if you didn't conceive even after trying for a year, and if your age is less than 35, then you should be worried about fertility, and then you should discuss this with family doctor, and he or she might refer you to a fertility expert. And for those whose age is above 35, they should be concerned about fertility if they have been trying for 6 months. These are the things which helped me conceive quickly, and this, I feel like it fastened the process. I followed all these things before the conception. I made sure my body is sound before the conception, so it didn't take too long for me. But I wanted to share this information. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments below. I'll add the links of all the products that I showed in the description. If you want to know more about pregnancy related things, then do subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and stay tuned for the next one, because I'll be talking about my first trimester experience.